Hello everyone, welcome to channel Qtomation. In today's session we will see about Python generators. So what exactly is Python generator? A Python generator is a special type of iterator that allows you to iterate through a sequence of values lazily, meaning it generates value on the fly only when needed. So Python generator is basically a special type of iterator that allows you to iterate through a sequence of values in lazy manner. That means it generates those value on the fly and only when needed. Generator functions define using functions and they yield statement. So in generator function, we have to use yield statement. So normally we have seen functions by using return statement, but in generator, they are functions along with the yield statement. So we don't have return value in generator function. Instead of that, we use yield statement. And what is the difference between return and yield, that we will see in some time. Generators are useful when we want to produce a large sequence of values, but we don't want to store all of them in memory at once. Generator returns object that is iterable and that can be used as an iterator. And to call, they are used either by calling the next method of the generator or using the generator object in a for in loop. So we will see practically once, then we will understand in better manner. So I will show you how to create a generator function. So it is basically a special type of iterator that allows you to iterate through a sequence of values lazily. So let's go to PyCharm. Let's go to PyCharm. Let's create a new Python file. I am naming it as generator demo. So we will create one function which is basically a generator function. So we know for generator we have to use yield statement. So I'm just going to define one function for countdown. So let's say def countdown, and this will accept one parameter that will be n. So let's say I want to print countdown from 5 to 1. Then we can pass that value of n as 5. So I have created one function called as countdown, which is accepting one parameter that is n. Inside this, I will add one while condition. While n is greater than 0, in while loop, we will yield n. So we will yield the value of n. And after that we will, so basically we are using while loop. So we have to put some exit condition. So n equals to n minus 1. So we will decrease the value of n every time by 1. After yielding the value, after the yield value, we will decrease the value of n by 1. And this is basically while loop. Now this is known as a generator. And with this function, we can create one object that is called as a generator object. So I'm just creating one object that is iterable. So x is an object and we have to call countdown function in which we can pass, let's say I want to count down from 5 to 1. Now this is basically generator object. And now what we can do, there are two ways. So first one is, so x is basically x is a generator object. And now we can use iterator to print the values. So there are two ways. First way is by using next method on generator object. We can print the values lazily. For example, if I simply use print by using next method, in which we can pass x, and let's execute this. Let's see the output. So when I execute this, you can see the output as 5. So what happened here is, when we are printing next of x, that means it is calling this countdown 5. Initially it will call for the 5, so that's why it is printing 5. So it will enter in the countdown function. So n value is 5 while n is greater than 0. So 5 is greater than 0, condition is true. It will yield the value of n. It will yield the value of n, that is 5. It will return that value 5 and it will pause that function. So basically at this stage it will be paused. That is the main difference between return and generator. So in function where we return the value, we stop the execution. But here it will yield that value and it will go into pause state. So next time when the same function is called, it will resume from that point. So now it will yield the value of n and it will print that value, that is 5. Now let's say I am just calling this one more time. So now pay attention here. So I will just call this next method one more time. So for this output will be 5. For this again it will check while n is greater than 0, yield n. So just remember, in the last iteration what happened, when we call this, we will be at this stage where we yield the value of n, that is 5, which got printed, and it will go into the pause state. And when we are calling this again, now it will again execute from this point. So n equals to n minus 1, n equals to 5 minus 1, that is 4. It will check the condition while 4 is greater than 0. Again it will yield the value of n. And what is the value of n? It is 4. So it will print 4 as well. So if I execute now, it will print 5 and then 4. So output here is 4. Now again it is paused at this stage. Now if I call this again, let's say I am just calling it again. Now let's call this again. What will happen? It will start here. N equals to n minus 1. So what was the value of n previous call? It was 4. So n will become 4 minus 1, that is 3. It will check for while loop. If 3 is greater than 0, yes. So again it will yield the value of n. It will yield the value of n, that is 3. So this time it will print 3. So if you execute this file, let's execute this file, it will print 3. And again it is paused at this situation. When we call it again, it will print 2. When we print it again, it will print 1. So if I print it again, it will print 2. If I print again, it will print 1. So now let's execute this file. You can see the output. So you can see the output 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you try it for again, then again it will become 0. So 0 is not greater than 0. So it will not enter in the while loop. So it will exit at that point. So up to this point it will print all the values. So this is basically a generator function. This is basically known as generator, which yields the value lazily. Now this is the first way by using we can iterate through values and we can print them by using next method. So we have used next method. There is one more way. Instead of using this next method, I am just commenting it. What we can do, we can simply use for in loop. So by using for in loop on the generator object, we can use for in loop and we can iterate through it. For example, I will simply use, so what I can do, I will use for loop for number in x, that is generator object. I will simply use for number in x. We can simply print num. So if you execute this, it will give you the same output, that is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It will print all the values. So this is basically example of generator in Python. So let's go to, so basically Python generator is a special type of iterator that allows you to iterate through a sequence of values lazily. That means it generates values on the fly and only when needed. Generators are defined using functions and the yield statement. That is basically a function using yield statement. Generator is useful when we want to produce a large sequence of values, but we don't want to store all of them in memory at once. They return a generator object. So if you see the example, it is returning the generator object. So if you see, this is basically a generator object. So this generator object, that is iterable, we can iterate through it. And what are the two ways by which we can iterate through? First one is by using next method, or we can simply use for in loop on the generator object. These are the two ways by which we can use those values to be printed. We have already seen the example of using next. So we have seen the example using next method. And we have also seen the example of using for loop also. So we can use any one of the method to print the values from the generator object. So we have seen this example where countdown is a generator function that yields the number from n down to 1. So if you see, this is basically a generator function. Countdown function is a generator function that yields the value from n to 1. So if I put, instead of 5, let's say I am putting value as 10, and let's execute this. It will print the value from 10 to 1. If you see the output, it is printing the values from 10, 9, 8, 7 up to 1. So that is basically a countdown from 10 to 1, n to 1. So any value we can pass. If you pass 100, it will print from 100 to 1. All the values will be printed. The function countdown starts execution and hits the yield statement, and that returns the current value of n and pausing its states. It will pause that state. And the next time the generator is called in the for loop, it resumes from where it left off, and will continue the execution and hits the next yield statement. And when we run the last loop, it will print the number from 5 to 1. This is a simple example that demonstrates how the generators are useful for producing a sequence of values without the need to store them all in memory at once. And it is basically efficient for large data sets or infinite sequences. So that is the end-to-end flow. Now the main point is, what is the difference between return and yield statement? So both of them are used to provide values from functions. So return also return the values and yield also return the value. But their purpose are different and they behave differently. We have already seen how the yield behaves. So in return function, when we use the return statement, it is used to exit a function and send value back to the caller. If you simple see the example of return function, so let's say we have one function called a addition of a and b, and we use return a plus b. So it will perform addition of 3 and 4, and it will return the output as 7. So when we call print result, it will return the value of a plus b, and it will put output give the 7. It will give the output as 7. So when a function encounters a return statement, it stops the execution. So whenever the function encounters a return statement, it stops execution and it will send the specified value to the caller. So whenever we call this, it will return that value. So when we are calling the add function here, it will perform 3 plus 4 and it will return that value to store it in result. And if no value is specified, it will returns none. And yield function is basically, we have also seen. So yield function returns the value lazily. Now, what are the key differences between return and yield? So return is used in regular functions, where yield is used in generator functions. So we have seen example of generator function here. Countdown is a generator function which yields the value of n. It will return one value at a time and it will pause at this point until it is called again. So when it is called again, it will start from here. It will check the while loop, it will yield the next value. Again it will pause at this state. When it is called again, it will resume from this point, n equals to n minus 1. And it will check while loop, it will yield the value, and again it will pause at this point. When again it is called, it will again start from n equals to n minus 1. And the loop goes on until the exit condition occurs. So that is the main difference between return and yield. Execution flow. Return terminates the function and return a value. So where we use return statement, it terminates the function and it will return that value to the caller. Whereas in yield statement, it pauses the function and returns a value, and the function can be resumed later from that state. Value generation. Return statement returns a single value and exits. And by using yield statement, it can produce a sequence of values over the time. Memory usage. Since return will require more memory if it turns a large data structure, whereas yield is more memory efficient, as yield statement generates values one at a time and does not store the entire sequence in the memory. By using yield statement, you can create a generator that are efficient and scalable for large dataset or streams of data. Whereas return is suitable for functions that need to return a single result and terminate. So these are the main key differences between return and yield. So both the things are used in functions. If we use yield, then it becomes a generator function that will return a generator object which is iterable. And how we can iterate through that object? By using next method or by using for loop. So we have seen by using next method as well, and we have seen by using for loop as well. So this is the simple example which we have seen. So thank you for watching this video. If you like it, kindly share it and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.